Yeah. Yeah. I remember I was Goodwill shopping. Digest food for less. Whole Foods wasn't an option. I could dream of $1 in my wallet. Had lint up in my pockets. Couldn't afford much. Niggas didn't get paid from picking cotton, but believe nothing was given. My chocolate skin didn't award a golden ticket. Public assistance saved me from soup kitchens. We all came from the mud, but not the same trenches. Listen, I'm sitting with deep philosophies. If life's a game of chess, how do you properly play Monopoly? What's a legacy? Climb the totem pole to the highest pedigree. Tired of settling for settling. It's sink or swimming, I ain't backpedaling. I'm faced with choices. I can tell my life is mighty morphin'. My power ranges from choosing what's important to phases of what support is. On stages performing and choosing endorsements. Let me tell you how my life is. Thoughts are indecisive. I'm Michael Jackson bad. And nice guys finish last. And damn it, I'm the nicest. Despite this, I want you to respect the pen that writes this. Ego made from sticks and stones, so it's hard to bruise it. A calm hubris. The fam wanted a doctor, but God wanted a lyricist. On top of the work performing, had the whole crowd listen. No more doubt, no more second thoughts about any decision. That glass is half empty, but do you see my vision? Because I see my destination, and I'ma get there as predicted. Let's get it. Yeah. Yeah, that was off my most recent album called Outer Limits. It's on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all the cool streaming services. I have another song I have for y'all tonight. It's called Super Ego. Also off my album.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have cards also. After I perform, I'm gonna hand out my cards. You all can go to my Instagram, all my socials, and all my other platforms. Thank y'all. Yeah. Yeah. My super ego. I'm super fly, I'm Superman. I'm superhero. My super ego. I'm super fly, I'm Superman. I'm superhero. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad.
You got it.
Start over, my bad. Give y'all a better show. I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah. 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 My super ego. I'm super fly, I'm Superman. I'm superhero. I'm super ego. I'm super fly, I'm Superman. I'm superhero. Okay. Any artist of latest, I'm amongst the greatest. My name's in conversation, I'm the sign that things are changing. Not talking zodiac to acknowledge my constellation. Dean made convoluted, I'm making it complicated. I have this hunger as an artist that'll never be satiated. Won't be satisfied with being top 5. I gotta be the one and only. Even when my millions are multi and multiply, I want the accolades you owe me. I owe myself success for the talent that I possess. Allah is the greatest because He made me the best. I said I owe myself success for the talent that I possess. Allah is the greatest because He made me the best. My super ego, I'm super fly, I'm Superman, I'm superhero. Yeah. My super ego, I'm super fly, I'm Superman, I'm superhero. Yeah. Any artist in this moment, I'm the best choice chosen. Hair like sheep's wool, skin like bronze, living my life like it's golden. Focused on being the hottest and keeping my ice frozen. God of metaphors, why would Hannibal beef with herbivores? I'm good at using terms and words you've never heard before. My super ego, I owe myself success for the talent that I possess. Allah was the greatest because he made me the best. I said I owe myself success for the talent that I possess. Allah was the greatest because he made me the best. My super ego, I'm superhero. My super ego, I'm super fly, I'm Superman, I'm superhero. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was Super Ego, a song off my most recent album. I'm gonna pass out my business cards because you find all my socials on that business card. And thank you very much.
Instagram. You see you on Tinder too one time. When you say you was on Tinder?
I did not say
I'm trying. Now they gonna start looking up. You say you on Tinder? Let me see. What age range? I'm just joking. I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking. So wait a minute. You're on Facebook under?
That's like a personal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Instagram, your business. Okay. 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 So
Instagram is I'm only Jabril. IMONLYJABRIL. It's gonna be in the QR code that's on my card.
Okay, so you got cards. So if you want to pass it out to the audience, you can. If you want to pass out your card. Also, want to let everybody know it's a 2-drink minimum. I know the 2-drink minimum may not be on the Groupon or the Eventbrite. So what we try to do is we don't try to put pressure on you to get a drink. We do have non-alcoholic. We do have non-alcoholic drinks as well. You know, if you want a bottle of water, if you want juice, and it's pretty much just to help the bar. You know, we would prefer, love for you to get, the 2 drinks, but it's no pressure. We don't want to bad anybody. Kind of like with that pastor, they're like, look, it's offering time. It's offering. You're like, look, I don't feel like giving it a 5th offering. I just don't. It's offering time, ma'am. You don't want to give for the building funds? I'm like, look, I've been giving for the building for 10 years. Don't not steal ain't fiction. But no, but seriously though, we would love and appreciate if you do, 2 drinks, 3 drinks, 4 drinks. For the people who can't purchase 2 drinks, if somebody else would love to purchase 4 drinks, 4 of them. The bartender do not matter. The bartender is Julie. Julie is a stand-up comedian. She helped manage to play. She's a stand-up comedian. We also have is that Carmen back there? Carmen?
It can be.
Oh, okay. So we're going to bring up our host for tonight. My name is Articulate. If I didn't introduce myself, I'm the founder of Hot Sauce Poetry. But I'm going to bring up the host for tonight. She is a public book author, for one. We're going to turn her music up. DJ, turn that music up to that track I was telling you about. She is a public book author. She hosted in Milwaukee, Wisconsin as well. She also performed in Jackson, Mississippi. She performed in Memphis, Tennessee. Turn it up a little bit, turn it up more. Keep going more. I'm going to give it up for y'all host for tonight, Angelique Amber. Another birthday day, a new birthday day. It's your birthday, so you gotta how low can you go?
My
her out on dates and then they couldn't even afford to pay for her food. So you know what? I just want to say, don't get offended, y'all. But if you don't have no money, don't date. That goes for men and women. You got other things to focus on, okay? And I mean that in the most loving way. Because, like, honestly and truly, there's so many things you should be focusing on, like getting your life together, not trying to take somebody out. And me personally, don't take me out if you don't got no money, honey. Because I'm getting ready to order some crab and stuff. Because, see, you know, my palate is made for the finer taste of things.
Okay, Julie.
Anyway,
we know.
You know what, y'all? Since it's Friday and I gotta check y'all temperature, we got some dynamic features coming up. So because I gotta make sure y'all awake, y'all ready to turn up tonight. So I need to just see where y'all at. So when I say hot sauce, y'all give me poetry. Hot sauce. Poetry. Hot sauce. Poetry. Okay, the crowd is kind of feeling it tonight. I love that. Okay, so I am gonna bring up the next artist soon. We gonna bring up some queen energy to the stage. But before I do, y'all, because y'all know I was late. As y'all see, I had to sneak in here and everything. So I'm not even gonna go into the details of why I was late, because I don't even like to, you know, give power to the negative things. But I don't know who needs to hear this out in the audience, no matter what you're going through, because I be feeling like I've literally been going through so much lately. It's just been one thing after the other. And I don't know who needs to hear this in the audience, but no matter what you're going through, keep walking and keep going. Don't let nothing stop you, because you have the victory already. I need y'all to shout victory. Victory. Y'all don't sound like y'all won nothing yet. Shout victory. Okay, because listen, we got to serve the enemy notice, because sometimes he be trying to wear you out because he really don't have no real power. So he try to wear you out, and it be obstacle after obstacle trying to take you out. But all you got to do is say, I already got the victory. And I'm not saying I'm going to be distracted. I'm not going to sit in a posture of defeat, because why should you sit in a posture of defeat when you know you already won? So I want y'all to walk with the victory. I want y'all to keep y'all head high. I don't care what you're going through. Keep walking with your head high and know that it's going to get better for you. And I'm speaking to myself right now. I know it's going to get better for me, because God is getting ready to give me double for my trouble. So every time something goes bad, I just start rejoicing. I get excited, because I said, listen, if this is happening right now, He's getting ready to do exceedingly and abundantly. So if you already know you got the victory, let me hear you say, yeah! All right. So we getting ready to bring up our next feature. I actually was going to bring up a queen, but you know what? I actually want to bring up this next artist because he's one of my favorite poets on the scene. Y'all met, and he's going to tell us more about his event. He actually has had several events, Metaverse, where he's had different poets that battle each other. He's going to give you some more information about that, because it's been really cool. Metaverses, excuse me, is the name of it. But he's going to give you more details. But I want y'all to make some noise for him as he comes to the stage, because let me tell y'all something. It takes a lot of courage to get up here and share your work. So you know, as artists, we go off of the crowd's energy. So we need to feel energy. We need to know y'all. We need to know y'all feeling it. So I want y'all to make a lot of noise as we bring up Latrice. Y'all better keep clapping for him.
I always do that wherever I go. I always bring the mic down and closer to people. I always do that. One day I'm going to try to do that and they say, no, you can't move that mic. What am I going to do then?
Move that mic.
How I doing? I go by mannerism. That's spelled like manna from heaven, R-Z-M, mannerism. I have some little flyers you can throw into your purse or fold in your pocket, whatever. It's from metaverses.tv. So I have an open mic showcase that I do. The frequency is usually every month. Usually, you know what's going on. If I'm not going out of town, whatever. But I'm gonna pass it out to you. So how it works is, it's a little barcode. barcode. So you know too much information on it. There's a barcode on there, QR code. You know about that by now, right? You scan it with your phone. When it pops up the website, what I want you to do is just scroll all the way down to the bottom, and it's like the Facebook. When you like the Facebook, that means on your Facebook feed, for new stuff that's coming up, like the one that's happening July 16th, you will see that on the Facebook feed. So whenever you like it, that means on your Facebook feed, you will see, okay, that's the next thing coming up for open mic. So I'll be doing that after this piece here. I'm going to be performing tomorrow at Rockford at the Fringe Festival.
Woo!
Yeah, it's funny how they call it Fringe because I'm about to infringe with my piece. And like I always do with my pieces, I always infringe on the audience. So this is actually a piece I'm going to do tomorrow. So I'm going to practice with y'all. So I know if y'all throw tomatoes at me, I know what I'm expecting tomorrow. So sounds great.
They ain't gonna throw no tomatoes at you.
Yeah.
I got a class.
Don't you do it.
Oh man.
You gotta be ready.
That's my point. Don't you do it.
See, that's why I like black women.
You gotta be
That's why.
ready.
That right there. Oh, who did that?
I got me a bone.
Jonah got swallowed by a fish. And if you read the passage, you'll see that he can't handle bars. Just want to give you a biblical message before I roast you. Just to show you that you can't handle bars. It's like law students that keep failing the exam. You can't handle bars. It's like nerdy dudes that be in jail. You can't handle bars. It's like stinky dudes that be allergic to soap. You can't handle bars. It's like trying to eat a Snicker with a toothache. You can't handle bars. It's like an anorexic trying to spot a bodybuilder in the gym. You can't handle bars. It's like a show off on a dirt bike. Look, no handlebars. She gets sloppy drunk and goes home, and any guy from the club, she can't handle bars. I'm like Jack Nicholson with his lines. You want to know the truth? You can't handle bars. I'm like amputees in gymnastics. You can't handle bars. She started a Jewish boy a mitzvah for his 13th birthday because you can't handle bars. Your phone only goes up to 1G. You can't handle bars. Not anymore. She got a new phone.
Oh, man.
It's called a purple dinosaur and need from now on because you can't handle bars. I call the Arab at the gas station op for short and tell them straight up, you can't handle bars. These artists be R. Kelly in the studio. They want a hot 16, but you can't handle bars. I should pop you sickos. Now you got brain freeze because you can't handle bars. Every time you spit out, you left with an F for that vomit because you can't handle bars. You went to the store looking for a discount, but the full price you gain because you can't handle bars. You went to the picnic and they gave you a plate of BQ. You can't handle bars. Every time you watch a sitcom, the picture turns static. You can't handle Roseanne Barr. Roseanne can keep her own stuff on the air. She can't handle being barred. I snatch a bar off the famous actor's name and leave him in deep pit because you can't handle Jolie and all those kids. I spit out a lethal weapon because you dislocated your shoulders like Riggs. I could go both ways if I flip this bar. That's a rabbi. How you say you know the scriptures but you never heard the book of Haggai? You know about all the drugs in the world but I know what a sedative is. You can't handle barbiturates. You want to mix drinks but stay tender because you can't handle bars. Your supervisor told you to stop scanning, type in the codes because you can't handle bars. Is your name Chico? Well, you about to catch an L because you can't handle the barge. Why you name the son Tholomew? Oh, I get it. You can't handle bars. You want to change? Somebody got it. Hey, look, y'all. Let me finish this. Anyway, y'all much better than Hyde Park. They really slow. Anyway, Hyde Park crowd slow. No, seriously, that's what she live at.
Well,
You wanted to change your tire, so you open up the trunk, and the crow flew out like, rah! Cause you can't handle bars. How you gonna judge these lines when this is going off your head? You can't handle bars. Thank you.
Also, I'm gonna give a retraction. I thought mannerism said that's why he don't like black women, so that's when I said boo. I thought he said, but I didn't know he said that's why I like black women.
I don't care what y'all do.
I thought he said he did not like black women. I was like boo. But anyway, I had to give a retraction because somebody said boo in the back. That was give it up for our host, Angelique Ambers and mannerism.
Yes, y'all clap it up for mannerism. He came in with that Versace on. He looking out for everything, y'all. Okay. And let me tell you something, okay? I already knew he wouldn't say that. When she said, oh, I thought he said that, I just knew he didn't because it's certain people, you know certain people, you just know their character and you know they ain't gonna say no crazy this out their mouth. He's one of those people. I'm like, nah, he ain't gonna say nothing like that. He ain't gonna put people down like that. Come on. So, anyway, he ain't gonna put his mama down. Come on now. So, anyways, y'all, I love that because mannerism, he's so gifted with his wordplay and everything. Have y'all ever just heard an artist that is so gifted with the wordplay? Because people understand it takes a lot of talent to come up with those. You know, it ain't easy. Okay, so y'all make some noise one more time for mannerism. All right, y'all. So right now I'm actually getting ready to bring some queen energy. We gonna kind of change the pace because we had two dynamic kings come to the stage. We getting ready to bring some queen energy to the stage. Can I hear y'all say queen energy? Queen energy. So right now I'm getting ready to call this beautiful queen to the stage. I hope I say her name right because you know I know it's French and everything, and my name is French, so we kind of vibing on that. But I want y'all to make some noise, and before I do this actually, because I gotta check y'all temperature, because I know don't nobody want to come up here to no boring audience. So when I say hot sauce, y'all give me poetry. Hot sauce. Poetry. Hot sauce. Poetry. Okay, y'all own it. I love this crowd. Okay, so right now I'm getting ready to call the beautiful, the talented Madame J. Am I saying it right? Y'all better make some noise for her. Keep serving it up with a cream until we make it to the stage. I don't care if your hands are tight. Yes!
Grand shining, everyone. My name is Madam J.
Oh, please.
It's okay, it's okay. If you all don't mind, I would like to share a short story with you about a woman named Grace. Now, I'm not here to make any excuses for her, but let's just say I understand her on levels beyond anyone understanding. The title of my piece is Elevation, I Vibe. Known by many and understood by few. Everyone, meet my girl Grace. Say whatever you want to say about this woman. I hold her dear to my heart, and I'll forever protect her with my peace. Such a gentle soul, yet Grace is feisty. And those who's crossed her path can't get enough of her unforgettable vibes. And they always attempt to come back begging for more.
All right.
Believe it or not, Grace is actually shy and not much of a people person because she's still struggling with trust issues. It's like the moment she opens up to people, they let her down. Now, don't be misled. Grace is no one's fool. However, Grace is at her breaking point. Every now and then, while everyone is sound asleep, Grace is up in the wee hours of the night, weeping to her higher self. Although Grace is living life without a single regret, her flesh is at war with the woman she's destined to be. Too much time and energy wasted on individuals who weren't worthy of her presence. Still, she gave them chance after chance after chance after chance, hoping that one day they'll get it right. Let's just say you will never have the pleasure of hearing their filthy lies. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I meant to say you will never hear their side of the story. It wasn't until later on in her adulthood years, that she learned in order for others to handle her in ways that she desired, Grace had to show them how to respectfully treat her, and it required doing some self-reflecting on her own. Working through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now those that meant to catch her drift did, and the others, well, let's just say Grace has chosen to be nothing more than a sweet memory of theirs. Listen, my love, it's a little too late for the shoulda, woulda, couldas. And no, this is not a sad ending. My lady, those are tears of pain now blossoming into tears of joy. Cheers to new beginnings. Now sit back, buckle up, and let's vibe. Yes, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. And I know you're nervous, but I sense your excitement for this next level of your life, which needs your undivided attention. So stop being stubborn. You know that I love you. Peace and blessings to the lessons that continue to make her stronger. And that's my piece. Thank you.
I'm stopping you right in the aisle here. Where can we find you? First of all, that was beautiful. Y'all clap it up one more time. Now, where can we find you?
On Facebook, my name is Madam Jaqui, MADAMJAI, and that's one word, and QUI, and that's on Facebook and Instagram as well. And I also have a book that's coming out soon. It's called A Taste of Madame's Frequencies, and it'll be on Amazon.
Make sure y'all follow her and add her so you can keep up with her. That way, when she releases her book, we can support. Let me hear y'all say support. Y'all don't sound like y'all be spending no money. Let me hear y'all say support. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. We gotta support each other. Just like we support our favorite celebrities that don't even know us, let's support one another. Because the thing about it, like, when you write a book and you do that and you're dedicated to your craft, that alone deserves support. The fact that you completed it. Because, listen, you gotta pray for the finisher's anointing. Because sometimes we be starting stuff but we don't finish it. So when people finish stuff, I praise them for that. Because the fact that you continue to do it until you cross that line and you finished it, that alone is worth celebrating. And we gotta support one another more, you all. Because, you know, the thing about it is that even if you have a lot of talent, you still need supporters. That's just the reality of it. And sometimes I feel like people, you know, they like to support people that are already there. Support people that are up and coming, that are talented. Support them so they can keep going. Support them so that they know they're seen and heard. You know, don't just support the people that are already popular. You know, support people that are talented. Support people that you are in your community, okay? Let's support one another. So we're going to keep it going. I'm loving this crowd. I'm loving the vibe. Make sure you guys see Julia in the back for y'all drinks. Listen, she got me feeling good with my Tito's and cranberry. Yes, I drink my Tito's and cranberry, y'all. And I'm not ashamed because y'all know, listen, I love the Lord and He's okay with me drinking my Tito's and cranberry. He mic list going. We actually are gonna have another talented artist, but before we do, y'all know I gotta plug myself and do a little piece myself. You know why? Because I'm actually currently nominated for the National Spoken Word Awards. Y'all make sure y'all vote for me. Yes, I'm nominated in 3 categories, y'all. Best host. Now y'all see why I'm the best host. Come on now. Best host. Best spiritual. So I'm gonna give y'all a little taste of my spiritual in case you haven't heard me. And then also Rising Star. So make sure you vote for me. We also got Mannerism. He's been nominated. We got Articulate. She's been nominated. High Sauce Poetry has been nominated. So y'all make sure y'all vote for the National Spoken Word Awards. Because listen, as artists, I love these awards. And shout out to Black Ice who puts it on. I love these awards because it gives artists a chance to be recognized for their craft. And I feel like it is important for us to recognize artists for all they do, because see, the thing about it, people don't understand all the work you put in just to go to these shows and all the time you spend memorizing stuff and all of that. So I appreciate just being nominated, and I appreciate y'all even just coming out to have some fun with me tonight. So clap it up for yourselves. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this piece. I was debating which piece I wanted to do for y'all, but I'm gonna do this piece, and y'all, I'm gonna pull my phone up because this is one of my newer pieces. I'm not gonna read. I know most of it, but in case I start forgetting. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that piece. I'm gonna do a different one because I want to give y'all the full thing. Okay. So I'm gonna do a spiritual. I'm chosen by the King. I wear my crown, I never let it tilt down. He tells me, hold your head up. You're not your mistakes. With me, you're covered by grace. His mercy holds no judgment, so I push forward, knowing I'm destined to live in prosperity, the wealth of him in me. For the promises of God are yes and amen. The glory of him shines within. Led by the Holy Spirit through seeking the word, my vision can't be blurred. As I'm guided by the Most High, I no longer have to act timid or shy. There's power in declaration. Opening your mouth to speak a thing, attaching your faith, for you're covered by the King of Kings. Through him you can do anything. His children destined to be the head and not the tail. Follow him and you'll never fail. Don't let the devil have you dwell and feel compelled to live a life of sin. Search within. Beyond temporary pleasure, there is a bigger endeavor. My God has never lost a battle.
All right.
He set me free from any chains or shackles. At the mention of his name, all things not of him must flee. He makes the sick healthy and the blind see. He turns darkness to light, and we're all precious in his sight.
Come on now.
The meaning of unconditional love. There is no one above. So do not be weary, even when tired. To walk in abundance, all that's required is to surrender all. Walk in obedience. Have faith for things unseen. Bow down and worship the King. All right. Shameless plug, y'all. I do have my book, I have my book. It's titled Lessons Taught by Daddy. I do have copies tonight. Well, I have a couple copies tonight. Or you can go on Amazon or Barnes & Noble and get you a copy. But Lessons Taught by Daddy is out now. It's actually a collection of poems I wrote that really explores the lessons I learned and loved through the absence of my father. And then eventually my journey towards forgiveness and self-love. Because for so long, I really had like this grudge, and I think I had this chip on my shoulder, right? Because the relationship I didn't have with my father. But the moment I was able to forgive him and move on and begin to see myself as God sees me, not through other people's actions, but through what God says about me, what's in the Word. And once I was able to do that, I was able to start loving myself. So my book, Lessons Taught by Daddy, is available. I also have my t-shirt, y'all, because if you hood and holy, I got a t-shirt for you that says hood and holy. So if you want to shop with me, you can. But right now, I'm getting ready to bring up the next artist. He gonna give us some music. We gonna switch switch it up a little bit. And I love his name because, you know, my name is Angelique Ambers, and then he goes by Double A. So, yeah, you know, Double A in the building. So, and he's also a Cancer. So, I want y'all to make some noise for this Cancerian, Double A. He's doing his thing. He's going to come up here and give it to us. And also, just let y'all know. Wait, that ain't Julia.
She left.
What's your name? I know your name, but it's not coming to me.
Cameron.
Cameron! I totally knew. Cameron. I knew that was her name. No. I want y'all to go see Cameron in the back. Get y'all drinks made. I'm excited because, listen, Julia makes the Cheetos and cranberry good, but don't tell I said this, but Cameron makes it better, y'all. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Y'all go see her in the back. But right now, we're going to bring up Double A. Make some noise for him as he come up here.
Just couple, two pieces I wrote just yesterday.
Oh, wow. Fresh piece.
No, with everything that's going on, you know. It's that thing called this stuff.
Come on.
What is what you described when so many innocents died? When the killer just walks free and continues to do as please. How can we go about with our days when we have a government that's totally insane, take away rights from minorities, trying to hold a position of authority? How can I go about knowing that I benefit from white supremacy because this system is letting me, a system that judges by the color of the skin, where there's so many whites, guilty too, just happen to win. An unarmed black man was shot 60 times, yet a white shooter was arrested alive on the so-called land of the free, on the land where so many innocents were lynched on trees. White privilege is something that I have, whether I like it or not. America makes me mad. When an innocent black man screams, "I can't breathe," as a cop continues to kill with the might of his knee. America goes crazy over missing white women, but when it's a black woman missing, America doesn't bother to look, but history will judge by in the books. America, what is justice in this democracy when you're slowly becoming an autocracy? America, you need help. Because the place you're heading towards right now is hell. This next one is also a little story about this. I remember a few years ago reading about this, and it hit me hard. And I remember reaching out to the family, offering support and all that, because they've been going through a lot. And I would always imagine, what if I were there to help? What difference would I have made? I remember seeing your name on the news, spreading as far as the moon. September 2017, I'll never forget, as we saw you taking those steps. I wish I could have been there to save you, knowing your friends might try to play you. I keep wondering what happened on that night, the moment you disappeared from the site. Wondering how you ended up in that freezer. Why the hotel didn't ask, did you see her? I've never met you in my life, but somehow your case keeps me up at night. What happened to you, I still wonder. My loyalty is always to your mother. Well, I could have done if I was there was to let you know that I do care. Knowing you did not deserve to die at 19 years old, just why? I always remember your name, knowing that you did not die in vain. But I should have been there just to save you, so you could live to see something new. To this day, you could have been alive if someone in that place at least tried. It's unfortunate you had to go, but I shouldn't have been there. That I do know. Justice for Kanika Jenkins.
Y'all clap it up for Double A. Listen, see, that's what I love about poetry. Because you can speak about some real things and bring some awareness and make people start to think. Because a lot of times in life, we kind of, things happen and we kind of just keep going on and on. But there's answers that are still needed. So, thank you, Double A. That was powerful. You got me up here thinking. I gotta make sure nobody actually signing up. Okay. So we're actually going to be starting to bring up our features, but before we do, because our features need a lot of energy. Oh, we do have one more individual actually I'm going to be calling. So before we bring up the features, we have one more talent coming, and I'm super excited to see what they have in store. But, you know, honestly and truly, I just want to say that I appreciate all of y'all being here tonight, but I also appreciate every single artist that has come forth so far and shared a little piece of their mind and their creativity with us. Because, listen, I'm an artist and I know I'm sensitive about my stuff, okay? So, when I get up here, y'all better be clapping. No, I'm just kidding. But, we have another talented queen coming. Make sure y'all get y'all drinks for one. And then also, while I'm waiting to get that information on who just signed up, I gotta ask y'all, because I need to see what type of crowd. I'm about to be messy, y'all. I gotta see what kind of crowd I'm around right now. I gotta check y'all character. Listen, I gotta check y'all fruit. How about that? I gotta check y'all fruit. So I know y'all saw the same thing I saw about the lady and the McDonald's and all this. So I gotta ask the crowd. Listen, Shanique, don't leave. Wait, don't get.
I'm working, y'all. I'm drunk.
Shanique already talked about this, y'all. We was hot about it.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, I'm gonna pick some people in the audience. Who wants to talk to me about, do you feel that the father of the other child should have brought food for everyone? What do you think? If there's kids at a location, whether they're your kids or not, do you feel like you should buy for everyone or you should not? Let me come over to you.
Talk to the guy. Ask the guy.
First of all, what's your name and where you from?
Anita from Chicago.
What part of Chicago?
Southside.
Southside, where you at? Nah, they ain't making no noise. Okay, Miss Anita, tell us how you feel.
Well, I just feel like if you're around children and they don't have, you should automatically give them just because they need the experience of being, if they're in McDonald's, they want to experience McDonald's. And if a parent can, most of the time they can't, not that they won't. So maybe they need a little bit of help. They over budgeted, something could have hit the account. You know what I mean? So I think you just need to step up. People automatically, if you're in the grocery line, people will be like, hey, I'll pay for your groceries, or somebody that, hey, I'll get that coffee. You know what I mean? I just think that's what we should do. If I have two people in there, then you should make sure everybody eats.
Exactly. Right, you got a different opinion? What you got to
I was
say?
just telling her that wasn't the case. The lady kept feeding her child that was with the damn thing other kid, and she should have brought all the children food, not just single.
Absolutely. You should never exclude children. I'm sorry. That's just not, I wouldn't even feel comfortable. I just wouldn't feel comfortable don't get it, don't get cut.
Hey, look, right.
Oh my goodness.
You know what? It's like the guy, he has to have a better paradigm shift in perspective to go out. In his perspective, like, what if he gave the child just food for him? How would that bring friction with the other children?
Right.
And that friction be going towards your child. You don't want that. And at the same time, wouldn't you want to like lead by example so they can see a good man that's going to give for everybody?
Yeah.
You want to even set that standard so they can, the other children can see how good a man you are. At the same time, you don't want to leave the children just out there. You know what I'm saying? That's like, oh, one person eating McDonald's. Okay, where's my McDonald's at? You know what I'm saying? Because they want McDonald's. It's like, okay, I know it's a bunch of children there. I don't know. It's like, I'm just going by example. It's like, if I know it's a bunch of children there and everybody needs to eat. You know, whether I like the baby mama or not, everybody needs to eat. As far as children. When children's involved, everybody should eat.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Everybody should eat. And the thing about it is that it's not about the adults. People making it perfect. Oh, I don't like that person. But these are kids. These kids don't know what happened between you and her last month or 3 months ago. They just know that their brother got McDonald's and they didn't. You know, and they trying to figure out why. And you brought up a good point because see, this sibling rivalry runs deep. This is all the way back to biblical, right? You know, this is all the way back to the biblical times of Cain and Abel, okay? You don't want to create that friction between siblings because what my mom always taught me and my sister, at the end of the day, y'all all each other got it. You want the siblings to know, listen, when it get real out here, you can call them, and then you know they gonna come rock with you 10 toes down. Not, ooh, no, he or she always thought they was better because, you know, they always got this and I never did, and now I don't talk to them really. You don't want those type of relationships. So, I love that perspective. Did anybody else want to speak on it?
What video are you talking about?
I'm talking, okay, hold on real quick. I know everybody saw this video, but I'm going to go ahead and explain for those that have been under a rock lately. It's okay. Because sometimes you do need to unplug from all this madness.
Stop talking like a chicken and explain yourself.
There was a video where a man dropped off food for just his child. And basically the woman was, you know, had some choice words for him and all this, and it was a big to-do because basically she was wondering why would you drop off just for one child and not for the fact that she had other children. So you doing for one, but you're not making sure everybody has something. And people, and I'm sorry, there was a lot of pick-me's, I call them pick-me's. There was a lot of pick-me's saying, oh well, he's not wrong because those ain't his kids, and it doesn't matter, honey. I don't care. I can be going somewhere where it's my son's schoolmate or somebody. It don't gotta be my kids. I'm not going and just gonna provide for one kid. That's just
my
not
point
right.
exactly.
And people who think that is, y'all really need to do some self-reflection because the thing is and people are like, oh well, what about you know, all those kids feel you're gonna end up spending like $40, $50. See me, I have the attitude of I'm blessed, therefore I'll be a blessing. Because I know God is already gonna increase me. See, when you got that stingy personality and you don't ever want to help nobody,
Thank the Lord, I don't have no kids.
okay, I understand. You're not willing to
right
give.
now.
If you're not willing to be a blessing to someone, don't expect a blessing. That's just how it is. But we gonna go over here to this cutie over here. Hold on, what's your name, girl? You cute. What's your name? And her name is cute. Carmen. Where you from, Carmen? South.
Hey, shoot over there.
Okay.
Oh, whatever.
The young lady that will have a baby by him, whenever he did anything, it wasn't the first time. She posed to tell him in the door, you don't have a wife before, can't come here like that. So she didn't even what she allowed him to have. She thought it was cute because she was with him. Now that he don't mess with her, it's a problem. And I think that's what happened. Because at the end of the day, I said, what you done him to do, he's going to do it as a man. Because somebody got a man all
at the end of the day, as women, we gotta set the standard. And listen, people might get mad at me, but I'm gonna keep it real. Like, people saying, oh, well, he didn't look like he had the money. Well, as women, we have to start being a little bit more selective. And I can speak from my own experience because I done dated Brokey before. I done dated Brokey and was in love with Brokey. So, I'm not judging, y'all. I'm not judging. But we have to get out of that mindset and start saying, listen, I'm a high value woman. I'm not about to be with no man that don't even have enough value and character about himself that he gonna sit here and make a difference between my kids. I ain't gonna be with nobody like that.
Can I defend him? Just a little bit? Can I please?
We found out the video was fake. We found out the video was fake.
You don't know, you don't know.
You know what?
That guy was the first of the month he paid child support. You don't know how much money he had. You really don't.
You know.
So he can feel, but no. He can feel as though, hey, I just gave him $400-500 yesterday or today. You don't know. I mean, I'm serious though, because you don't know what his struggle is.
That's true. Everybody don't have it, but what happened to getting that ground beef and bringing that?
I get that, but that's not what the babies wanted. The baby wanted on his way. He bought McDonald's. He gonna sit there and cook them. He gonna sit there and cook them. You bring them home and
Now I want to hear from him. And then we gonna wrap it up, y'all, because we do want to bring up the next open mic. But let me get energy on the mic again. First of all, what's your name and where you from?
I'm about to.
John from the South Side, make some noise for John.
I did watch the video, and I thought that he should only take care of his charge. I understand your perspective. You say, hey,
Thank God
kids
I
here,
don't
but
have
once you
no
start
kids
something,
at this time.
to take care of other guys.
The only thing I'm taking care of is my great nephew and 2 great nieces.
Like she was saying, you don't know that his
And I don't have no girl.
So like,
And no wife.
South. And she got to contact her
As a world champion.
daddy and like try to work that out with him. It's four kids.
yeah.
So like, you gotta contact him. He could have brought groceries for everybody though. That's the other thing. You don't have to bring McDonald's. You can go to the store and get something for $20. Feed the whole family.
Listen, I do appreciate John's perspective because I think it's real because at the end of the day, it's like, where does it end? If you have to provide the food and then you buy your kid clothes, now you got to buy their school clothes too, and you got to do it. So it kind of starts that. But my thing is this. Now, if you can't afford to do it, that's one thing. If you really don't have it, then I think it's a better way to go about it. Pick your kid up. You got a car, pick them up. Like, oh, I'm going to pick he did? Oh, okay. Because I would just pick my kid up and then take them. Because I don't want to, I just feel bad for the kids. But at the end of the day, I appreciate John bringing that perspective because, yeah, sometimes people just don't have it. And you can't blame somebody for that. And they gonna do it the best that they can. But if you ever don't have it and there's multiple people to feed, I'll give you some meal ideas. Spaghetti, nachos,
Come on, we gotta go.
Pizzas. Listen, you can make Subway sandwiches at home. Honey, yeah, all that. Because my son had told me how his friend brought Subway, honey, and we had to, listen, let me show you how I make my Subway at home. So,
Oh my God.
So anyway, we are going to keep it going. I'm going to call the next open micer, and then we go on to the features because I didn't talk too much, y'all. But I really enjoyed that conversation with y'all. Thank y'all so much. That was beautiful. Okay, so we're going to call the next beautiful open micer. She came in here looking all cute and everything. I want y'all to make some noise for this beautiful queen as she comes to the stage. Lottie D, and if I didn't say your name right, just correct me. Lottie D. Woo! Keep clapping it up for this queen.
How y'all feeling tonight? This piece is entitled Broke Niggas.
Uh-oh.
Great follow-up, right? Okay, and I memorized it, but I'm old, so I'm gonna look at this. Alright. Broke niggas don't deserve no pussy. But we give broken niggas the pussy all the time.
Period.
Letting him drop his negativity in your soul, sucking up every drip of toxicity, ingesting his pain while swallowing your happiness, spitting your love on the tip of his weapon of destruction, letting him fuck your mental stability into oblivion.
It's a clean show here.
Styling your confidence to believe your competition is someone other than yourself, kissing his wounds while infecting your frequency, licking his misunderstandings of lust, tasting non-existent love, dicking down doubt into dummy dick 101, letting his ejaculation slap you in the face with embarrassment.
Oh, Lord. It's a clean show.
Leaving your womb vulnerable to birth. Broken promises and a happily ever after that never happens. Putting your pussy on this broken nigga. Trying to suck his scattered pieces into one place with you and new moves with you update weekly, hoping to change him without changing courses. Bouncing ideas of renovating your imperfections to appease a broken him.
Thumbs up. Thumbs down.
A broken him.
All right now, all right. You got this.
Because nut releases endorphins of hope and a broken promise of a broken nigga. So if you ask me, broke is an easy fix, but broken, not so much. Thank you.
All right.
I don't know the time frame. I got there's one.
But after the features, if we have time, we're gonna bring you up again.
Let's make it PG without the personal stuff, okay? No.
Okay, I'm getting ready to bring the features up, you know.
And I'm getting ready.
We love this establishment. We love being able to be here, so we want to be respectful. But before we do, make some noise for Lottie Dig. And I just want to remind you all that it's a clean show. You know, listen. I was feeling you, Lottie D, but I just want to remind y'all.
Y'all gotta remember this is a PG show.
I'm sorry, it's okay.
This is not TVMA or
So we are going to bring up the actually the first feature. This beautiful queen is gonna come to the stage and light it up. I hope y'all ready because I don't have an extinguisher, but I'm sure they got something in the building. Okay. So Anita Latrice Riddle is an author and creative writer. Her God-given gift has granted her access to many main stages throughout her poetic journey. Anita's poetry has been featured in a wide variety of publications and she also has released a spoken word CD, which was titled Love, The Road We Must Travel, which can be streamed via iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, and her most recent endeavor is she landed her role in the 2022 WNBA Chicago Sky Basketball halftime show. So baby, she
that's right.
Doing it, okay?
Oh, that's right.
She performed her piece, What's Love? With a professional background in writing, editing, and proofreading, system administration, and human resources, Ms. Riddle has heard from God concerning her career and has juggled purpose and profession. Her latest book of poetry, We Must Travel, is sure to uplift and encourage. And you also can find this on Amazon as well as Barnes & Noble. She lives by the quote, when I hear, I write it. And she's, her thoughts of basically are something that she feels from God's heart. Her life has been created for God's glory to enrich, equip the kingdom heirs with the tools of inspiration needed for this life. Right now, I want you guys to make some noise for the one, the only, the talented Anita Riddle!
I'm so glad to be here. I'm glad I was invited out. I'm going to start with a piece entitled Her.
You looking good, girl.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm sorry that it happened to you. As I'm removed from the situation, I see the pain of the reality of what was done. It was not the physical man, but the enemy that sought to destroy you. You attached to the serenity of the lies, as misconception compelled your soul's bitter cries to the point you were undone. Head bowed, spirits lowered, hope shifted, life spun into a whirlwind of inconsistency. How a perfect heart can be manipulated into tainted chivalry is a mystery. I see the blood-stained teardrops constant flow upon your face. I see the wounds that bind the hopeful spirit touch this broken place as lies persist in stubbornness. Stacked years cannot equate the maturity to counter this, and a longing conspires from day to day. Sympathetic to your unspoken request that causes banter's play, you made her lay in the bosom of your deception, tallied up notches and dysfunctional strongholds that only mirror your reflection, but you don't win. You sought without relent, but you failed, my friend. What you wanted, you did not get. Thwarted emotions to circumvent, see, she had another drawing card. You failed to see the fourth man in the flames, cooling the fire when life got hard. See, he was there all along. He never left her to alone endure the broken melody of your sad song. You did not win, even though her strength was gone. There will be no rejoicing at demise, but in life, you'll reap what is sown. Thank you. I'm going to kind of try to build our brothers back up a little. I'm going to go with Soul Tie. I'm sorry I'm reading from this one, but this is one that I think it would be conducive. Understand the solemnity of his character. Resolute authenticity and authority. His role is most dominant. He is the man that heaven sent, ruling through God's vision, pristine in his process of refining. In constant possession of God's nature, obedience, love, and guidance. Realize the matrix of her majesty, carved from kingdom mindset, set in time of royal deity. Imagine nations birthed through the loins of pure intent, wisdom that builds her house of brick, solid foundation through the hands of charity, humility, submission, tenderness, warmth, and clarity. And together, they stand through the attacks of the world that they made. Daily obtaining tools from the Heavenly Father to harbor earthen success through humanity, of which the hope for daily is rarely seen. I will be your peace, gleaning knowledge of you through a clarified scope, drinking the fountains of your essence as I am cleansed by you. He gave you the vision, and in accurate precision I submit. I breathe the breaths of your knowledge with the best intent for our future that presently resides. My love, I will be your peace. That I'm going to do for you guys is entitled, Why Do I Die? Why do I die? Because my actions lead me to a deadly asylum that causes me to cry. And I wonder why my actions persist, defying salvation, leading me down a road of sinful bliss. Yet I question this. when the fault was mine, and the wounds, the deeds that's done, often deny me my battles won. But I press on, fulfilling my pleasure that will only last a season. Endowed with shame, I'm burdened by the fact that there is absolutely no reason to remain the same. Knowing that Christ granted freedom when he came, and I vowed to change. Hoping this decision will bring me peace. Wondering, will my soul ever be released from its bitter torment that causes it to fade into the dusk, into the wind, into the sunlight's rays? I boldly engage in a brand new life, taking center stage in my walk with Christ, defying what was once known, being encouraged by how I've grown into this tree that they call righteousness, knowing soon that I shall be blessed and walk in the light as he is in the light. This man who has freed me, this man called Christ.
Amen.
Yes.
But old habits seem to be creeping back in. Yeah, that life of malice, that life of sin, but knowing with surety that I won't yield, because I got my armor and I got my shield of faith to lead me along the way. I humble my flesh to have brighter days. I cast it down and I dare not slip, understanding that if I did, my Father's heart would rip. So I die. I die to this sinful nature, deciding to dwell in good behavior, because I know that he's pleased. He told me so when I bowed upon my knees, so that he can purge me and make me clean. I'll fast, I'll pray, and his word I'll heed. And I'll continue to do his will, and I'll reject all worldly thrills. While you get asked me why I died, I killed my flesh because Jesus saved my life. Thank you.
Y'all better make some noise for Anita Riddle. Yes, there is freedom in Jesus Christ. Oh, I felt that. Y'all make some noise again, because she just stirred something up. There's no better freedom than walking with Jesus. When you know he's on your team, you fear nothing. So, I want y'all to remember that Anita, and she did read a piece from her book. So you guys, if you enjoyed her, again, remember we was talking about support. Can I hear y'all say support? Support!
How much your book did you got?
Where your card at? Because y'all lying. Say support.
Excuse me?
She got her book, and let me just have her tell, here's her book. We Must Travel. And it's available on Barnes & Noble, Amazon. So it's Amazon or Barnes & Noble. And I know y'all, listen, I know I see some Amazon shoppers up in here. I know y'all be on Amazon. Yes, get that book. That's the book that y'all need to get. We Must Travel. So make sure you guys pick up her book. It's available on Amazon. It's available on Barnes & Noble. Let's support her, because can y'all agree with me that those were some beautiful pieces? Those were nice. Absolutely. She got me feeling encouraged, baby. Listen, I'm about ready to do a dance, honey, because listen, Jesus is on my team. Okay. So I'm getting ready to bring this next feature up, y'all. I'm super excited because I am a fan of hers, okay, y'all? I saw her in Milwaukee. She's here by way of Milwaukee. Is Wisconsin in the building at all? Okay, we got... Why you over there being shy, Wisconsin? Stop playing. I see you over there. So we got Wisconsin in the building, and I'm super excited. Like, this queen right here, she's absolutely dynamic. Like I said, I'm a fan of hers because she blew me away when she stepped on the scene on the mic. I said, who is this? She is really about it. She's an amazing poetess. She is an actor, a singer, a songwriter, a spoken word poet, a playwright, and screenwriter. Selena Deer began acting at the age of 8 and writing poetry in her teens. She's performed at events as well as conferences, leading workshops in leadership and creative writing to youth of color in Green Bay and throughout Wisconsin. So she making an impact, y'all. Y'all gotta know it's more than just the money. It's about that impact, okay? She holds a BA in communication and theater from UW Green Bay, and she actually is ranked the 20th best woman poet in the Women of World Poetry Slam 2022. So, you know, that's a long roster. For her to be ranked 20th and y'all get to witness this tonight, y'all better make some noise up in here. For the one, the only, Selena Dion! Did we find the extinguisher? Because I'm worried. Y'all better clap it up some more when she comes to the stage.
I gotta bring my water up. It's not Fiji, it's just tap water in a Fiji bottle. But I know some people are tap water in a Fiji bottle. Hello! Say. Yes. It's been a long week. I teach too, so I'm doing theater education. So kids had their little presentation today, and their parents were really happy. So they did good. This poem's called "Soul Food in the Suburbs." My mother didn't always pack me with lunches, but she packed me with love. Sometimes it was a kiss on the cheek, other times it was a hug. And though I had a father who didn't bother, my mother's stronger than 10 of the finest men. Though some things do require healing, my mother is the greatest healer I know. And in the years when we didn't go to Jamaica to visit my dad and siblings, my mother would try to bridge the gap between the island and my suburb. In my family, no matter if you're angry, sad, or happy, food will heal all things. Cooking me curry chicken with rice and peas, ackee and selfish, fried boiled bananas, plantains, and dumplings, a taste of the culture I was too often denied, teaching me I had heritage and filling me with pride. She nursed those behind bars for over 25 years, teaching me that the system doesn't forgive, doesn't forget, that the institutions that surround your child aren't set up for everyone's success, that people have expectations that you are less than you are. But you'll shine so bright they're going to think you're a star. I wish on you every day and I pray for you too. I know you're going to make me proud because you always do. And every day I went to school I tried to hold my head high. And the days that I didn't, she'd wipe the tears from my eyes. I can't remember the day I became black, became girl, became the black girl. But I remember the day Mrs. Quirk told us that soon it would be Black History Month. A revelation that I had a history. Well, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, and MLK Mosley. Like most white teachers, she stuck to a script that I have a dream was achieved by peaceful protest. But after that, there wasn't much to say. And we still have school on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday because in the white suburbs, this holiday wasn't much of a celebration, which led to my mother's frustration. And in efforts to remedy this situation, she made a meal in order to heal because food can heal all things. And I told my teacher my mother had prepared a feast for the classroom, called it a lesson on soul food. And my classmates never forgot that lesson. And every year, they would anticipate the celebration of MLK when Mrs. Deere would bring in a taste of the holiday years later. They would look back at how joyful it is celebrating black success. And my mother never let me forget that my roots go deeper than this suburb. Deeper of the roots of the trees we once swung from, that black history is a story of perseverance, resistance, survival, activism, warriors, intellectuals, and deserves to be celebrated. And ain't that love? Ain't that honoring your ancestors? And ain't that ritual? And ain't that holy? And ain't that God? When food's so good it tastes like heaven, it's time to remember that when we educate the mind, we mustn't forget that the stomach too hungers for knowledge and not just food, and you'll find it's true. That people never forget the way you make them feel. See, Maya Angelou knew that our memories go deeper than scent, touch, or taste. Why no one left a crumb of food on their plate, or we never let the ones we love feel unfed, even when their bellies are full. Because good food is more than just for survival, it's for the soul. Come on! Let's go, Queen! Pass the cream like you took the fruit. This is a soft warm-up. We're gonna get a little heavier later on. What am I doing next? According to scientists, there are 3 types of tears. 1, the always present basal tears which prevent dry eyes. 2, reflex tears which protect the eye from harmful bacteria and infection. And 3, emotional tears. The origin or function of emotional tears still remains unknown. However, these tears are known to contain chemicals unlike the others, including leucine and caffeine, an endorphin that reduces pain. The question then becomes, what are the purpose of emotional tears? If the eyes are the keys to the soul, then the tears are the medicine of the body, aka remedy, aka potion, aka magic, witchcraft confirmed. Perhaps this is why we cry until our eyes burn. Witch trial after witch trial, black lives burned at the stake from state to state, can't escape. And even though it hurts, we've got to pour salt water on our wounds. Never knew water could burn red hot, eyes bloodshot. The killer never gets caught when it's a cop. Black lives easily forgot. Protests striking nerves.
Let's go.
Our tears, the original painkillers. If we cry enough, will we get high enough to not need the drugs we've been prescribed? Have we traded in our tears for tablets instead of letting out our pain? We take it in. Have we tied up our tears? Or haven't we the time to weep for fear that someone else will hear? I'm starting to wonder if God even has ears. Is masculinity too fragile for tears? Is strength the ability to be unfeeling, to never need healing? We wonder why people pull the trigger when they're triggered, committing suicide and homicide. The body count unverified in America. There's no place to hide from a gun, so stop running. So now we stand and fight, hoping our sacrifice was worth something. Are there any more tears for shootings? Or just thoughts and prayers which never seem to need this naturally occurring holy water I've got within me? Our tears, the sacrament of grief. A tradition of blessings we give to our dead. My body's not injured, but this condition seems critical. Why do we cry for others when our pain isn't physical? I'm not a doctor, but my eyes pour over others' gaping wounds, hoping these tears can heal and soothe. What else is there for me to do? A mother cries over the body of her child deceased. Her tears tries to fill the bullet holes in a body that will never be whole again. Her tears can't seem to resurrect the dead. Not enough healing power, not enough magic. She closes her eyes, hiding her soul from the world to see. Her tears try love, calling out, mother, cry over me. Heal my wounds with your magic. Take away my pain. Why is it we cry over loved ones remain? Science still can't explain the origin or function of emotional tears. With little research into their purpose, they are unsure if tears are evolutionarily beneficial. When a trait goes unused in our genetics, it is called vestigial. I know it can't be coincidental that in order for us to see, we must cry constantly. Our tears are always present, or else we would go blind. We will have closed the windows to our souls, disconnecting the signals to our minds, and perhaps we will evolve beyond tears. But when they leave, they will take their magic with them. And so we may never know where it is they come from or why they're shed. Some organs you just outgrow like old shoes from childhood. But then again, some children never get to grow up at all. And ain't that sad? Ain't that worthy of a blessing? Or does the purpose of tears cease to matter? Becoming part of the mystery you had no intention of solving. Are you evolving? And is it empathy you're evolving out of?
Woo! Woo!
Has anybody ever been to Jamaica?
Yes.
Caribbean, no?
I've been to Jamaica.
I've been to Jamaica myself too.
There's a famous song.
Me and my sister went to Jamaica.
It's a reggae song.
Years ago.
I can't think of the artist's name, but it's a song. It goes, "It's no good to stay in a white man country too long. It's no good to stay in a white man country too long." And ain't that the fucking truth? Like, isn't that? It's crazy. I think the first time I went there, I was visiting family, and it was such a culture shock because life is just different. You know, they're like, you work, okay, you work, but we're living. You know, like you didn't live to work, right? It's just a different mentality. Last time I had a really frank conversation with my father was in this location. This poem's called Glistening Waters. There's a place on the island of Jamaica called Glistening Waters. It's a river that connects fresh water to the sea. The water is filled with phosphorus, which makes the fish in it appear as if they glow, as if they glisten. But this is only an illusion, for it is the water that causes their radiance. It's at this moment I discover that it is not always I who am the one that shines, but the people I surround myself with who recognize my brilliance. That it is they who pour love into me like a river that runs from the mountains to the sea and allow me to glisten in all my glory. That that listen as I tell my story. The truth will always come to light, and for those that will cast me to the night, let this be a warning to them that I am as bright as the moon. A celestial orb that reflects the light of the sun. The sun grants the moon the power to illuminate and guide, to control the sea's very tides. I grant myself the power of the moon, and you too can wash anew those waters that are dim. For their words and actions of hate cannot diminish what lies within. The love I have for myself allows this fish to swim till I find my glistening waters. It's time to get heavy.
All right. Uh-oh.
I know this is a clean show, so I'm like, oh, there's so many poems I could have done, but I'm keeping it clean.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
In 1669, Virginia, the Casual Killing Act is passed, which meant that if a slave is being punished and happens to be killed, that the master is not at fault in the eyes of the law. Amended in 1682 to state, and I quote, if any slave resist his master by his or her order, correcting such slave, shall happen to be killed, shall be free and acquit of all punishment as if such accident had never happened, end quote. As if such accident had never happened. The amendment was necessary due to the high rates of killings by white women, specifically murdering black children of mixed race, presumably the offspring of her husband and his slaves. So many mixed babies were being murdered, slaughtered like cattle as chattel, that a law was necessary to protect white women from their own malice. I've seen white women call police on black children, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, under the guise of a white supremacist policing system in order to cause harm and violence upon that black child, mother, father, son, daughter, when they were doing nothing wrong, in order to assert her white power, her white privilege, to correct a behavior which she deemed unacceptable to cause death casually. To those mixed babies that were murdered, forgive me, I cannot chant out your name in a protest. I don't know if you were ever buried. I'm sorry, you never got to see the true beauties of this world. The beauty of your skin, your melanin, was the cause of others' envy. Skin that is so often, it seems, is the color of death. Your deaths were not your fault. You were anything but casual. Though history will try to pretend that this never happened to America, I say your history is so ugly, you'd rather it be tucked away nicely like a fitted sheet, just like the sheet you once affixed to your heads. America, how do you sleep at night knowing the past hasn't been laid to rest? Who tucks you in? Who tells you a fantasy story about how great you are? I see you cover the mirrors in your house. Is it so you don't have to face yourself? Is it us you fear? Or is it your God? Do you fear him like a little child, like the little children whose lights you extinguished? Do you sleep with the light on? You think you know fear, America? When your own shadows make you scream, make you question, are you the monster under the bed? Are you a vampire, a demon scared of all the blood that's on your hands? Do the ghosts you used to dress as still haunt you? Look me in the eyes when I'm talking to you. Do I look familiar? Do I remind you of all the mixed babies you murdered, the ones you tried to eradicate? We are back from the grave with a vengeance. We are not going anywhere. You are not entitled to our bodies. We will never, never let you forget us. This is my last poem.
No!
To the nurse that threatened to leave my checkup because she didn't like my tone. Nurse comes in, asks me some questions. I ask why I haven't received my medication in over a month. She says she doesn't have to stand for this. Gets up to leave the room. I ask what is going on. She says, you're yelling at me. I say, I'm not yelling. She corrects herself as I caught her in a lie and says, well, I don't like your tone. I conjure some tears, letting her know that I too feel pain, that black women know all too well how to suffer in silence, how to rage through grins, teeth, How me speaking is already too loud, like why am I speaking in the first place? My opinions don't exist, I don't exist. Black women be figures, always hidden and never shown. I'm scared to death of dying in a waiting room. Scared to death that my death is all they've been waiting on. I'm careful not to show my frustration. But it was our bodies that advanced medicine through experimentation. Black bodies held down and dissected alive, poked and prodded, with no medication to dull the ache, with no medicine to dull the ache. Tell me I'm the mistake. Tell me black babies aren't twice as likely to survive when cared for by black doctors' hands. That is, if they get to be born at all. Black women come in for a routine checkup and leave with less organs than they came in with. Sterilized by eugenicists they call doctors.
Hey, you better tell them.
Come on now.
Your place of healing is my house of horrors, and what a message to send. That the only thing we have to offer you is death. We don't teach the world how to heal black women, only how to break them, exploit their strength and self-love, and call it an inspiration. Doesn't matter if you're black and poor or won dozens of grand slams on a tennis court. We are all the same in the eyes of a biased system, and how's that for equality? A white nurse nearly denied me basic medical care because she didn't like my tone. And I can't help but wonder what a male doctor would deny from her if she asked. Where the medical belief that women don't feel pain originates from. And when she too is disbelieved and comes crying to me, she better check her tone. Woo!